This ancient site, spanning 102 square miles in the middle of the Arabian desert, is an iconic symbol of Jordan. It's the country's main tourist attraction, and for good reason. It's a land steeped in myth and legend, incredible scenery, and adventure. I'm Joe. I visited Jordan on a 10-day trip, and in this film, we're going to explore one of the new 7 wonders of the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is Petra. The ancient city of Petra lies 143 miles south of Amman, the capital city of Jordan. Surrounded by mountains and desert, the area has been inhabited since around 7000 BC, and it's believed the Nabateans settled this city as early as 4000 BC. Aside from a handful of nomadic Arabs, the area lay undiscovered until 1812, when Swiss traveller Johann Ludwig Burckhardt rediscovered it. The drive down to Petra from the Dead Sea took about 3 to 4 hours, but the scenery was incredible as the road snaked its way through the mountains. This drive passed quickly with a brief stop for lunch and a visit to the ruins of Shobat Castle, which dates from the times of the Crusades. The town around Petra is Wadi Musa, where restaurants, souvenir shops and a range of accommodation can be found. I stayed for 2 nights at the 5-star Old Village Resort, high up on a hill above town. Although the rooms may be 5-star by Jordanian standards, if you're from Europe or North America, this is more like a good 3 to 4-star room, but it did the job, and the hotel had some good facilities, including a number of pools, a spa and a gym. The stone-built rooms dotted among gardens gave this place a really homey feel, and after a long drive through the mountains, a dip in the pool and an hour on the sunbed was more than welcome before an early night, ready for a day of exploring. It's about 7:20 in the morning. Been up since about 6:20, and I've had 3 hours sleep. 1 minute I was too hot, then I was too cold. Then when I woke up, the bed wasn't comfy, so then I was awake for about 4 hours, just couldn't get comfy. Then the call to prayer started at about 3:45, I think the first one was. That's a teeny bit too early to have the call to prayer blaring out. But it doesn't matter, because today we're going to Petra. Looking back, I'm not sure if it was excitement or anxiety that had kept me up most of the night. Honestly, probably a bit of both. It's obvious why I was excited, but there was anxiety too. This was somewhere I'd always wanted to come. It had been on my bucket list for years, and now it was happening. I was seriously hoping it would meet my expectations. Running on pure adrenaline, I started the walk from the visitors centre at 8 AM. The entrance to Petra for one day is 50 Jordanian dinar, but if you're booked as part of a tour or have the Jordan Pass, this will be included. It's around a 2-kilometre largely flat walk from the visitors centre to the Treasury, the icon of Petra. But as I was about to find out, there's so much more than meets the eye here. Before reaching the Treasury, you walk through the Sikh. This narrow gorge, which in places is just 3 metres wide, is the main entrance into the city, winding and snaking its way through the stone for 3/4 of a mile down to the Treasury. Enjoying what you've watched so far? Please drop us a like, hit subscribe for more travel videos, or leave us a comment. Then, I arrived at the Treasury. Wow. The sheer size and scale of this facade was jaw-dropping. Towering 40 metres high, it's carved straight into the sandstone. The purpose of the treasury is unknown. Some believe it was a temple, maybe a mausoleum, Others a place to store documents. Tell me what you think in the comments below. There's a small cafe with toilets and there are viewpoints on the rocks above to get a good vantage point. You'll be hustled about 5 to 10 Jordanian dinar to go up, but I'll be honest, it's worth it to get a good view of the area, enjoy a cup of tea and get that all important Insta picture. It was here I realised just how big the site of Petra actually is. It's a good 3.5 kilometre hike from the Treasury up to the Monastery, which is arguably the second most iconic monument in Petra. The footpath bypasses the Nabatean Theatre, great temple and tombs that are carved into the rocks at every turn. Just about to start 850 steps up to the monastery. From here it was all uphill, climbing up through steps that cut through a ravine in the sandstone. I visited in June and temperatures were pushing the mid-30s Celsius and there was absolutely no breeze at all to take the edge off. But with plenty of water and plenty of stops to admire the views, this didn't feel too bad or challenging. The only challenge was dodging the donkeys. They definitely had right of way. It is hot. I'm honestly not quite sure what I expected the temperature to be in the middle of the desert in summer, but these views and rocky mountains were not what I expected at all. The landscape took my breath away. And descending down a few steps, something else took my breath away too. I think I'm here. Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Measuring 47 metres high, the monastery has the same jaw-dropping impact as the Treasury, but given the hike up here through the hills and the heat, there was very few people around. Shrouded in mystery, it's not totally clear what the purpose of this building was. It's likely to have been a Nabatean tomb, but it's also believed to have served as a church during the Byzantine period. It was amazing to sit back and admire from afar, this building carved directly into the rock in relative peace and quiet. So I've come down from the monastery and I've decided to hike to the high place of sacrifice, which is just up there. Hiking back down from the monastery, I picked up the signposted route from the Great Temple. This would also lead me a different way back to the Treasury and the entrance to Petra, and would be around 4 kilometres in length. So it's pretty quiet up here. Hope I'm not the sacrifice. Not many people were hiking this route. Given the midday heat and the difficulty which I was about to find out, it was eerily quiet, especially with tombs and temples looming over me, and the only thing I could hear was a strong breeze and the sound of birds from the rocks above. It's amazing how the temperature is so much cooler. Wow. With a name like High Place of Sacrifice, there was obviously steps involved. Lots of them. With no shade, the midday sun and little breeze, these steps were an absolute killer, but the scenery more than made up for it. I've done it. Jordanian flag marks the spot. Thank God, because I'm f***ing knackered. Hard work, but 100% worth it for this. After all the complaining I made on the hike up, thankfully coming down was easy. It was a short and quick descent from the top, with the trail ending close to the Treasury. What an incredible hike. What a great day. Petra completed it, mate. I said at the start of the film that there's good reason why Petra is the main tourist attraction in Jordan. The sights, scenery, hikes, trails, and sheer size of Petra just completely blew me away. There's enough here to fill 2 days, although one is enough to see the key sites. Petra didn't disappoint, and thankfully it lived up to and exceeded my expectations, much like Jordan itself. There was just time for one last look at the Treasury before leaving. It's safe to say I slept well that night. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe, or leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time.